like you too.
Now, you know,
He hasn't lost his
still
feistiness.
a dirty old man. You know how it is. You know.
Hey, what else have we got to think about?
All right, Mort. Do you have a question, or are you just sitting here to BS us?
No. Our society, I feel, really lets seniors down.
Well, let me tell you this. Mary Ann's saying first thing you should do is go to the Office of Aging when you turn 65, and I would suggest that you go to a mortician and plan your funeral too, because with the cuts they're giving us in medical, on the state and on the U.S. level, the national level, and the cuts they're giving to us on our food even, because they won't give us the legal COLA that they promised, so we're dying on the vine. You better hope that you last to the 76 years you're entitled to. I know you overdid that, but I only have 4 years left, Mary Ann, so.
Well, we need to be vocal about, and seniors need to be vocal at this time.
But where and how, Mary Ann?
Where and how?
Yes,
we need
okay,
to talk
you're on TV right now.
Mm-hmm.
You speak for seniors, you speak forcefully for us, but first of all, most politicians are still sleeping. So,
even that wiener, who shows his wiener.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there, but we need to speak with our local representatives. We need to, call, write our congressman. If you don't know where to go and who your congressman is or their address, phone numbers, I'm happy to give that to you.
Well,
but we do need to make changes, as I said, because there is a population shift. And maybe we need to rethink the resources that are focused in there are a lot less children being born right now. So we need to think about where do we reorganize our services, because we have such a huge number of seniors coming through the door. So there are ways to do it. There are ways to do it thoughtfully so that people are taken care of. But we can't keep doing things the way we did them 30 years ago. We have a different population. They have different needs. We have people that are growing.
All the money.
Well, and we have people growing up like on welfare, which was never the intent of that. So how do we change those programs that are not working well so that we can devote more money for where we need it, which is senior programming?
One of the things we can do, for instance, is to start leveling a reasonable tax upon those of us who are able to afford it. Wealthy people in this country have so many ways and so many places to hide their money that most of the taxes come from the people who can't afford to pay them.
Well, Martin, you realize that's because the Congress decides who's going to pay how much, and they explicitly have given giant cuts to the rich and powerful people, and they're not about to change it because everybody in the Congress is rich and powerful people.
Yeah, well, face reality, Reed.
Yeah.
No congressman's going to do me a favor. I don't have any money to give him.
Exactly, and he's rich anyway, so you're not part of his gang.
Well,
all right.
But
So
there are strength in.
Now that you've identified a really serious problem that irks all of us who are seniors, what are we going to do about it, Mary Ann?
Well, there are strength in numbers, though. And if enough people, in this county, the seniors are over 20% of the population. Almost, I wouldn't be surprised if when we hear those final census numbers that they're close to a quarter of the population. That's a lot of power. And so we need to use that power. And seniors are probably the most consistent people that elect their officials. And they need to be informed, and they need to elect those people who are going to do the things that they need to get done.
And I'm a Republican, but I think both sides of the aisle are equally to blame for what they're doing to the senior citizens in our country by cutting our funds.
I don't think it helps us to lay blame. I think it helps us to come together and solve these issues. Seems like we're all about sensationalism and not about really getting down to the issues and doing the work that needs to be done to save them.
He just pointed out, what do we do about it? I've tried to change Congress. They refuse. They even refuse to give the lousy $200 for the supplement to Social Security. I mean, they are adamantly against seniors, no question about it. And it's all over the
I don't know that that's everywhere. I think there are a lot of people that do understand it. And to tell you one thing about Office for the Aging Services, we did not get cut at the federal level. And most recently, we did not get cut at the state level. So there is some acknowledgement, at least for Office for the Aging Services, that those services are cost effective. They are keeping people off of welfare and off of Medicaid.
You do a great job, no question.
But we need to make sure that that's recognized at all levels.
Okay.
Because
it's time seniors shout it out in anger because of what is going on. And you do a great job, Mary Ann. I'm not criticizing you in any way. And you did get some funding loss, incidentally, from the state. But in the meantime, I have a caller.
Okay.
And you know her. She's an old friend.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Good morning, caller.
Oh, yeah?
Well, good morning, Mary Ann. This is Linda. It's so great to see you on the show.
You know,
Seems like I
that
just saw
voice,
you, Linda.
That cheerful voice. And Linda got funding cuts. Believe
Yes,
it or not.
Linda got a big funding cut,
Yes,
and
indeed.
that's for the senior employment program.
Which is outrageous. I mean, it's so hard for a senior to find a job anyway. You know, an 85-year-old man who's got the dropsies and can't remember very well is not going to get a job anywhere to save his soul, and that's it.
Well, we believe in advocacy, and our seniors are going to be going to the computer training to learn how to see how their representatives vote on what issues and how to contact them by email. So we have a very active group of seniors.
Yes, and indeed, it might be a cloud. We've got to have a cloud for clout. If you know what a cloud is, it's a new term, you know, you've heard it.
It's our responsibility as a member of the community
Yeah.
to be aware of what's happening and
shout out. You know,
to let our representatives know how we feel.
Yeah,
That's the only way they know.
If you just sit back and take it, nothing's going to happen. And if you just say, "Oh, we'd like to ask you," you got to tell them, and
Yeah.
you've got to make darn sure they realize that their seat in Congress is up for grabs if they don't.
Well, we should always let our representatives know how we feel on issues, because that's part of our responsibility as much as it is theirs. It isn't enough to just be discontented. We have to speak to them. So
In a loud
I like
voice.
how you put that, Linda, because that's exactly how I feel. A lot of people will say, "Oh, I don't make any difference, and so I'm not even going to vote." Well, I'm sorry, but that does not get the message across. You have a lot of power in your vote, and you should be looking at the issues and voting for the people that are doing the things that you want to see done.
As a societal group, I might add, seniors have the highest percentage of voting rate. And they can basically control an election if they want to. The trouble is they don't understand that, and we've got to put that across. And when you get some SOB in Congress who cuts your food, refuses to give you a COLA for all incredible expenses, claiming there is no COLA and laughing up their sleeve, and you get these seniors programs for health care being cut right and left, it's time you let them know they're going to be cut too. Enough said.
Well, I think, as I said, I think that some changes need to be made to these programs in order that they are solvent, in order that they provide the safety net, which was the original intention of Social Security, of Medicare and Medicaid. So we have to make some thoughtful changes, and we've started to, but it needs to go further, and there's no reason, we need that safety net. We can't have people on their own. Because many people haven't, the people that are seniors now, the majority of them are living on Social Security, which is maybe between $15,000 and $18,000 a year. It's not a lot of money.
Mine is $7,000 a year.
And most of them have not saved for retirement. They have less than $50,000 in the bank, and quickly, if something happens to them, they can become on Medicaid, and then the state has the whole cost of that. So how do we preserve people's wealth? And that's what I like about the Office for the Aging Services, especially our home services, that they're very low cost. People share in the payment of them. So if somebody needs services at home, like rather than going into a nursing home for care.
Or on the streets.
Or on the street.
Yeah, most of the seniors, the people who are on the streets homeless, are seniors, you know. A good percentage, very high percentage.
I wouldn't doubt that. But it needs to be a sharing of the cost, and that's where senior services are a good value, because people can pay into it depending. If they're very low income, it's a donation. If they're higher income, they pay a percentage of the cost depending on their income. And really, that's a true safety net. It's not an all or nothing thing. When you pay everything to people, it loses the value. And I think that's what's happened to Medicaid is, you know, people are almost forced into that because they can get so much on Medicaid, and then if they get a job, their insurance for their job doesn't cover as much as Medicaid does. So what's the incentive to get a job and to be a productive member of society?
Same with welfare. You get
Right.
make much more money on welfare than you do working for
So we need,
most
but,
jobs.
but that wasn't the point of these programs, and we need to reform them so there is that incentive for people to be productive members of society.
Okay, Linda, thank you.
I just want to say I'm going to the Yasu next week. It's
Yasu,
wonderful.
Jamestown.
Great.
Oh, I've gone to it for years and years and years. It's the most wonderful event. Don't miss it.
Okay, well, Linda, since I know you're Greek, you certainly have a great time now, I'll bet.
I have a wonderful time there. We have a great weekend, and it's great to see you, Mary Ann.
And
on the
happy
show.
Father's Day to Doug in a week, a little over a week, huh?
Yes, happy Father's Day to all dads.
To all
Coming
dads
up.
out there, beautiful dads and wonderful dads, long-suffering dads.
And those who have been father dads and stepfather dads and all of that. Have
Absolutely.
a great week.
You
To
too.
our Polish dads, I'm going to say 100 lat.
What's that mean?
It means I wish you 100 years.
How many languages do you have to speak? I know you speak a little Italian, Greek,
No, a little Polish, a little.
You know manja, you know that.
Oh yeah,
Come on.
But I know we have a lot of Polish immigrants who have settled in the Dunkirk area, and
let me tell
my
you.
dad is Polish, so.
Let me tell you a Polish joke.
Oh no, I'm in for it now.
Okay, I haven't got time. I'll tell it next
Okay.
week. Okay, we just got this message that comes through regularly at the end of the show. We're out of here. There's 30 seconds to close off all on your own.
Well, don't forget that if you need help, you can call Office for the Aging, and we'll connect you with the programs and services that are available to help you. And you know, you paid it into these things through your taxes, so you should utilize the Office for the Aging, and we're an unbiased place to come for. So if you put up that New York Connects, that's the helpline, answered by a lovely lady, Nancy Papalea, 753-4582 or 363-4582 to find out about programs and services to help seniors.
All righty. Thank you, Mary Ann.
Thanks.
Is doing the job for us, and I want to thank you for just coming up and giving up your wonderful Saturday morning completely just for us. And seniors who called in, last caller, I'm sorry, we do not have any time. MaryAnnSpanospt signing off.
Always a pleasure.
Okay, I want to thank some special people: Chuck Kelsey, Devin Taylor, Chris Burt, Randy Burt, Chris Ramaker, Jeff Zook, Don Zenz, John Hamels, and occasionally Dan Berg, and the Office for the Aging, and all the good things out there. Have a great Father's Day coming up in another Sunday, week, and may all that is proud and true and noble abide with you. I'm Reed Powers.